I suppose it all started with the snow. You see, it's a very special kind of snow. A snow to make people happy. And the giddy even giddler. A snow to make natural friends, naturally. For it was the first snow of the season. And as any child can tell you, there's a certain magic to the very first snow. Especially when it falls on the day before Christmas. For when the first snow is also a Christmas snow. Well, something wonderful is bound to happen. And so, the story starts now.
Children, back to your seat. The snow can wait. Now. I've hired Professor Classic Kale the magician to entertain at today's class Christmas party, so pay attention.
Now, Classic Kale was just about the worst magician in the world.
And so, I put the magic eggs into my hat, abracadabra to coin to phrase. And voila, the eggs have turned into messy mess. Where is that rabbit? Hocus pocus. Where are you? Bah, the only thing this hat's good for is the trash can. You didn't deserve Classic Kale the out for some stupid OW. Frozen water.
Hey, look at the snow.
That's snowy.
Yeah.
It's cold and snowy.
Yeah, it's the best kind of snowy.
Yes. Snow's good.
Yay. Snow.
Really building the snowman parappa. And you made the head.
The head is the most difficult part, ask anyone.
What will we call him?
Yeah, should we call him Harold?
Bruce.
No.
Christopher Columbus.
Oh no.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal?
How about Frosty?
Frosty?
Yeah. Frosty it is. Frosty the Snowman.
Frosty the Snowman, what a happy, jolly soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman.
Come back here, you rabbit.
That hat brought Frosty back to life. It must be magic.
My hat is magic.
Just look.
If the hat is magic, I want it back.
But it's not yours anymore. You threw it away.
Don't talk back to your elders, you naughty little dog. And you, stay in there, or there'll be no carrots for Christmas.
But you cannot take that head back. It brought Frosty to life.
You saw it happen.
I saw nothing of the kind. Quiet. I can't lose that hat if it's really got magic now. It'll make me a billionaire magician.
But we saw Frosty come to life, didn't we?
Uh-huh. Oh, we sure did.
You silly children believe everything you see. When you're grown up you'll realize that snowmen can't come to life.
But we...
Silly.
Oh, Frosty, we don't care what grown-ups say, we know you did come to life.
Yeah, we know Frosty. We just know.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal.
Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day.
course, the hat did belong to Frosty and the children. That part must be made very clear. Therefore, Hocus Pocus was entirely in the right in what he was about to do. Well, Hocus Pocus raced back to the children just as fast as he could.
Hey look. The hat's back. Let's see if it'll make Frosty alive again.
Happy birthday. Hey! I said my first words, but snowmen can't talk. Alright, come on now, what's a joke? Could I really be alive? I mean, I can make words. I can move. I can juggle. I can sweep. I can count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 6, 8, well, I can count to 5. What do you know, I'm even ticklish. In fact, I'm all living. I am alive. What a neat thing to happen to a nice like me.
There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around.
Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me.
Uh-oh.
What's the matter, Frosty?
Is there a thermometer around here?
Over there in the wall. Why?
Oh, I was afraid of that the thermometer is getting red. I hate red thermometers.
Why, Frosty?
Because when the thermometer gets all reddish the temperature goes up, and when the temperature goes up, I start to melt. And when I start to melt, I get all wishy-washy. And when I get all wishy-washy, I will never be alive again.
Then you've got to go something where you never melt.
The only place I'd never melt is the North Pole.
Then we've got to get you there.
Yeah. Well, take you downtown to the railroad.
And put you on the train.
Great. I always wanted to see the town. Let's make a part out of it. Let's have a parade.
Frosty the Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt
the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can.
Come on kids, follow the leader.
He led them down the streets of town, right to the traffic cop.
And he only paused a moment when he heard him holler,
STOP. Stop. Hold it. All right, didn't you see that traffic light?
What's a traffic light?
Up there on a lamppost.
What's a lamppost?
Oh, you want a ticket, wise guy?
I'd love one. To the North Pole, please.
Huh? What?
You've got to excuse him, sir. You see, he just came to life, and he doesn't know much about such things.
Oh well, okay if he just came to life. Move along. A silly snowman. Once they come to life they don't know nothing. Come to life.
We'd like a ticket to the North Pole, please.
Well, it North Pole? Oh yes sir. Route you by the way of Saskatchewan, Hudson Bay, Nome, Alaska, the Klondike and Aurora Borealis. Got to make a change at Nanac of the North though. That'll be 3,004 cents. Including tax.
Oh. But we don't have any money.
No money, no ticket.
Now I'll never get to the North Pole.
Oh Frosty, you just can't melt.
Oh Parappa, don't you get all slushy too?
What is it, Hocus? Out the window? A refrigerated boxcar. On the train headed north. You'll be safe there, Frosty.
It's full of ice cream.
And frozen Christmas cakes.
What a neat way to travel.
Hurry up, Frosty. The train is pulling out.
Are you coming to the North Pole too?
I'm sure my papa won't mind. As long as I'm home in time for supper.
Frosty the Snowman had hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye saying, "Don't cry, I'll be back again someday."
I must get the head back. Think nasty, think nasty, think nasty, think nasty, think nasty, think something nasty.
He'll be back again someday.
Now actually, a refrigerated boxcar is a splendid way to travel. Splendid that is if one is a snowman, or a furry-coated rabbit. But for Parappa.
Are you cold, Parappa? Now that's a silly question. You wouldn't sneezing if you weren't cold.
Well, just a little.
Frosty realized that Parappa had to get out of that car as soon as possible. So when the little freight train stopped to let an express full of happy Christmas travelers pass, Frosty took advantage of the opportunity and quickly got them all out.
Oh, you tricked me. No fair.
The only thing Professor Classic Caillou could do was make a jump for it. Frosty wanted to get as far away as he could before Classic Caillou woke up. But the woods through which they traveled was still bitterly cold.
Hocus, I've got to get Parappa all warmed up or he's a goner. Well, I can't make a fire. Oh boy, that's one thing I really can't do. Guess we just better keep moving till we find someone who can.
Then suddenly, they came upon a tiny glen, which seemed almost magical. For it was Christmas Eve, and the woodland tree friends were all decorating for their big celebration. They knew Santa was to come that night, and they wanted everything to be just right.
Hocus, speak to the animals. See if they'll pitch in and build a fire for Parappa.
The animals were delighted to help. So they found a spot away from the glen, where the fire wouldn't catch onto the trees. Soon there was a spark, and in almost no time a splendid fire was crackling away. Frosty was careful to stay far away from the flames.
Hocus, we've got to help someone to help Parappa get home before he freezes. And me to the North Pole before I melt. But who? No, not the Marines. No, not the President of the United States. Oh, they both swell ideas, but we've got to find someone nearby. Yeah, Santa Claus. Now that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that before? Hocus, you go back with the animals, and when Santa comes, you bring him right here. Understand? Hurry now.
And so Frosty kept a silent vigil, waiting patiently all through the night until Santa would arrive. But suddenly,
Oh. A campfire. Well, isn't that all snug and comfy?
No, don't.
Now give me that hat or else.
Or else. What?
Oh well, don't bother me with details, give me that hat.
Get on my shoulders, Parappa.
you see Frosty, since he was made of snow himself, was the fastest belly whopper in the world. And old Professor Classic Caillou was soon for our distant. And now it was Frosty's good fortune that right at the bottom of the hill was a small empty house for Christmas.
It's got to be all warm and snug inside for those Christmas, and nobody was there. Let's go in.
Oh, but you will melt.
Just a little. I'll only stay inside for a minute. Besides, I've been meaning to take off a little weight anyway. Stay in here much longer and I'll really make a splash in the world.
Now I've got you. And the minute you're melted, the hat will be mine, forever. Ha ha ha.
Santa had arrived. But was he too late? Hocus explained the situation to Santa, who, as you know, speaks a fluent rabbit. And when they didn't find Frosty and Parappa on the hill, Santa followed Frosty's path in the snow to the empty house. But when they got inside, a terrible sight met their eyes.
Frosty the Snowman was a happy, jolly soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal.
They were too late.
Too late? Why nonsense? Oh Don, cried Parappa. Frosty not gone for good. You see, he was made out of Christmas snow, and Christmas snow can never disappear completely. Oh, it sometimes goes away for almost a year at a time, and takes the form of spring and summer rain, but you can bet your boots that when a good jolly December wind kisses it, it'll turn into Christmas snow all over again.
Yes, but he was my friend.
Just watch.
Wait a minute. I want that hat and I want it now.
Don, you dare touch that.
And just what are you going to do about it?
If you so much as lay a finger on the brim, I'll never bring you another Christmas present as long as you ever live.
Never?
Never.
No more trick cards or magic balls
No
or
more anything.
Oh, that's not fair. I mean, we evil magicians have to make a living too.
Now you go home and write, I am very sorry for what I did to Frosty a 100 zillion times, and then maybe, just maybe mind you will find something in your stocking tomorrow morning.
Ah, a new head maybe? Oh yes, sir. Goodbye everyone. Sorry to lose and run, but I've got to get busy writing. Busy.
Come on, Frosty, we all waiting for you.
Frosty the Snowman is a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day.
And so Santa took Parappa home, and made ready to bring Frosty back to the North Pole with him.
Oh.
Parappa hated to say goodbye to Frosty, but as Santa promised, Frosty returned every year with the magical Christmas snow, and every year there was a great celebration with the big Christmas parade.
Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump.
Look at that Frosty go
Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump.
over the hills of snow. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose, and two eyes made out of coal.
And with Frosty the Snowman, Christmas was always very merry indeed. You have a Merry Christmas too.
Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way.
But he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry.
Merry Christmas to all and good night.
Happy birthday, Snowman.